Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
And welcome back, everybody. She is someone who harnesses the power of energy to help you heal, move your life forward. Part of that is called Reiki, but we're going to center on the energy aspect of it today and how you have to protect yourself with that energy and might not even know that you're giving your energy to others. Maybe you feel depleted. Maybe it's not that you're tired. Maybe it's just you gave up your energy or somebody took it from you. We're going to talk with her today about all of this. I know it's a little woo-woo, but once you figure it out, it's like, oh my gosh, game changer. Linzi Schreiner joins us on the program. How you doing today?
Hi, Steve. Thanks for having me on. I'm wonderful. Glad to be here.
Gotta say happy birthday.
Happy birthday to me. Thank you.
Thank you for being here today on your birthday. We got a lot to talk about. And when we realize what's going on with energy and we realize where our energy is going, it's like a whole new world opens up for you. Do you feel that way?
I do. I really do. And I think a lot of us don't realize how we're putting our energy out there and how it impacts other people. And we don't even realize how other people's energy is impacting us.
Can people take your energy without your permission?
Yes. It's not intentional, but yes, it can happen.
I want to get right into a situation that I had this week, actually this and last week. And it's all connected to energy. And then I started figuring it out. So weekend before last, had a lot going on, connected to a lot of people. That in itself, you're giving your energy, right? You're getting energy here, energy there. So come Monday, I'm feeling just depleted. Like, oh, I think a cold is coming on. I don't know what's going on here. So I sleep a little bit more, do a little meditation, just kind of do my own thing, just minimize activity on that Monday, whatever. Like, oh, I'm feeling better. Okay, great. Week goes by. This past weekend, same situation. Had a lot of events going on, dealing with a lot of people, all good. Monday comes up, and I'm like, I felt the same way. I'm like, damn it, a cold coming on again. And then I was like, I am going to be in bed at 8:30 for the next 2 nights. And what did I do? Yeah, I was on the phone a little bit, but I was just reflecting, chilling, taking time to myself. Feel fantastic now. I know for sure now, looking back at all of that. And there was some pretty heavy moments of connecting with people. So I'm going to say that, just leave it at that.
Yeah.
I gave my energy. Gave it here, gave it there. It took me down. Like I felt like I was getting sick. I wasn't. And I'm convinced that that's what was going on there.
100%. Our energy is so important, and keeping our energy safe within our field, it's hard to do when we're not aware of it. And we leak out. You're talking about being an empath, right? Where when we're talking to others and holding space is what I like to say for other people's emotions and discussions. It really is easy to want to go in, swoop in, and make them feel better. And maybe unintentionally, we give them some of our own energy. But once we learn what it feels like to be in our own energy, because I think that is challenging in itself, because if you're leaking energy, you're not aware of it. It's not intentional. And if you're taking someone's energy, it's not intentional. It's nothing we're consciously doing. And so then how do we know if we're leaking energy? How do we know if we're pulling from others? And that is the part that's a little tricky, because we really have to get intimate with knowing what it feels like to be balanced in ourselves and what is our own energy, and then beginning to protect our energy, which we can talk through. How do you protect your energy? And it might feel a little woo, but try it for a few days and just tell me that you don't feel a difference.
I want to get to that, how to do that in just a moment. By the way, 631-319-6275 or instant feedback, steve@gmail.com. If you have a question, comment. I've heard of energy vampires.
Yeah.
So you said it's not intentional that people may take your energy, but can people intentionally suck your energy away?
Yes. I still don't think it's fully intentional. And let me just give you an example. We all have people in our life that when we talk to them, it takes a little bit more energy to even have a conversation. And then depending on the topic or how sensitive the relationship is, especially with a sibling or a parent or a loved one, it's really, really hard for us to maintain our own energetic field when you're talking with someone that you love. But we all have those family members where there are conversations that are challenging. There's trauma there. There's past stuff that comes up very easily, and it's easy to get stressed. It's easy to get triggered. Those people in your life can be energy vampires. It can suck you down.
Yep.
From the moment you get on the phone until you get off. You are drained.
I'm kind of chuckling
That's what
inside,
I would consider
Linzi,
an energy vampire.
I see those people in my mind right now. I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
And we all, when we think about it, and it's not negative, this is not mean intention, but we know those people where it's like, you see the phone ring, it's like, all right,
do I want to do this right now?
Right. What do I got? What do I got inside of me? And what's this going to do to me in this situation, phone call?
Right. Do I have the energy for this discussion?
Yeah.
Which is part of that awareness that we're talking about, right? Like, but sometimes we don't have that awareness. Instead, we have people-pleasing tendencies where we want to be obedient or we want to show up for this person. And so we answer even when we're not in that energetic space. So even by answering the call,
yes,
you are not respecting your boundary. You've already opened your energy up to be taken.
This happened to me. This was last year, as a matter of fact. I left here. It was about 5:00. I had a meeting after, and I said, I'm going to get something to eat. There's a small airport over here. I'm just going to pull over there and just chill. Maybe see a plane take off, whatever. And dashboard dine. It's all good. Open the windows. Nice little breeze coming in. This is great. Then the phone rang. And it was somebody I'm close to. And it was that feeling of picking up the phone. Here we go. And it just kind of ruins my moment of peace. And that was my epiphany where I am never going to do that again. I'm not just going to answer the phone. I'm going to be sure I want to answer the phone and I'm ready to deal with this situation because I know where it's going to go. It's going to take energy. It's going to, but it did. But I knew it when it was ringing. I knew it.
You knew it and you answered it anyways?
Yes. Yes. Like, why? Guilt. Mm-hmm. They're calling because they probably need to talk. I'm trying to have my chill moment. I was like, all right, I'll just do it. Click. And I felt drained afterwards and love them and everything. But, you have to love yourself too. You have to throw some to yourself. I think we have a call here. Hi, can you hear us?
I can hear you. This is Chad Shepler.
Hey, Chad. How are you? Good. How you doing?
Good. I'm just curious to know, being that, I am a father. I'm a father. I have a son who's 8 years old, and he was recently diagnosed with ADHD.
Okay.
And, we don't want to really put him on medication just yet. Now, I'm just curious to know if by chance, anyway, maybe Reiki can be done on children. And do you think it would be helpful for a child with ADHD for Reiki?
Yes. So you said your name was Chad. Is that what you said?
Yes, ma'am.
Chad, hi, I'm Linzi. So I have 3 children. And of those 3, 2 have ADHD and 1 has autism. I use Reiki on my children every day. My 2 with ADHD are not medicated, and I do believe that Reiki helps them significantly.
So you give it a green light, then you do think there's a thumbs up for that option.
Wow.
I think it's always worth trying it and seeing how your child reacts to it. My kids, they enjoy it. And I've seen significant changes in them from this. And my nonverbal child is now becoming verbal. And we were told that she would never talk, that she would never potty train. And she is. Oh, okay. She's doing all of those things.
Well, thank you. That was a great help. Wow. Thank you so much.
Thank you for checking in.
You're welcome.
Oh my gosh. Like things happen for a reason. I got chills. Like, what's the harm in Reiki?
Oh, there isn't any.
Right?
The only harm that can come from it is and I have seen this, where someone will say yes to Reiki, say yes to healing, and maybe they just anticipate a very relaxing session, but Reiki knows that they're ready to deal with something that they have buried, big T trauma stuck in, especially in that solar plexus area or in the heart area. We all carry around grief. We all carry around unprocessed trauma and stress that we haven't been safe enough in our bodies to be able to heal. Well, Reiki is an intelligent energy. And even if you have forgotten about those things, they can come to the surface, and it can feel stressful. And if you're not properly prepped for that, if you're not properly supported with a therapist and having a practitioner, it can feel a little disrupting while you're healing those things. But that only happens when you're really ready for it. And the creator knows that you're ready for it, even if maybe you don't know that you're ready to face those big T traumas yet. So that's the harm that can come if we're not quite prepared for what could come up, what we've buried. And that happened to me. I can relate to that. I had big T trauma pop up that I forgot about because it happened when I was so little. And, that came up 4 years ago, and I'm still in talk therapy every Monday with my therapist, and I see my teachers and get energy healing at least once a month, other than doing it on myself. Because, as a healer, my job is to take my own healing very seriously. It's not that I'm healing others. It's the fact that I am a professional healer, me, myself, my big T traumas, so that I can keep my field clear and support you on your journey.
Well, I don't want to use the analogy, but it fits here perfectly. On a plane, when they tell you masks come down,
yes,
you're putting the mask on you before you're putting it on somebody else, i.e. those you work with, because you got to be the best you can be to show up for them.
Yeah. Always.
Have Kelsey checking in from Ellensville, Massachusetts. She says, do we have a certain amount of energy per day?
Yeah. And it changes every day, but you are the only one that will understand how much energy you have that day. And here's an example for you. Some days we wake up feeling like we're on top of the world. And on those days, maybe we tackle a lot of things. A lot of us are task oriented, and this world has built us to be that way and to receive gratitude in achieving things. And so let's say you wake up one day and you are just full of it and you can get all the things done. You feel amazing. But then the next day, maybe you wake up feeling drained, tired, like you have nothing left in your reserves. You may have overdone it a little bit. You may have dipped into the fumes of your gas tank. And so on that day when you wake up and you say, oh my gosh, I'm drained, instead of pushing through and trying to do all of the tasks and all of the things, maybe take a look at your list and just say, okay, do I really have the energy for these things? And what of these things can wait? It becomes a game of setting boundaries for yourself, but checking in every morning when you open your eyes before your feet hit the ground. How am I feeling today? How's my body feeling today? What do I need?
Just what you said was me last Monday and the Monday before. There's no doubt in my mind I was down to fumes in terms of my energy. Didn't realize it, but part of me was like, let's throw another one on. Oh, somebody wants to hang out tonight too? I've already done, 50 different things during the day. Well, let's do that too. Why not? Why not? Life is short. Well, you can't run on fumes. And I honestly and truly thought I was getting sick. Like it felt that way. And I didn't set the boundaries, and I wasn't intentional about it in terms of just, the car's driving along, just tap the brakes a little bit during the day of the weekend days. Yeah. I do believe we have a certain amount of energy, but thank you for bringing the awareness of, you need to pay attention to it, and that it varies. I guess it varies because of the situations.
Well, and it varies based off where we're at each day, because every day you need something different. You said that you kind of tapped into your reserves. And I think that's something that we all do and have experienced. And when we do that, we need more time to recuperate from that as well.
Yep.
And honoring what we need. It's just, we're not in the habit of saying, what do I need? Because generally other people need things from us. And we want to show up for them, but you're not going to do it at the level you would if you would just take a break and honor where you're at in that day and start by checking in with your body. because our bodies know what we need. And if we're not listening to them, thirst, that's one cue. Drink some water, right? How often do we ignore that? I need to use the restroom. How often do we hold it and ignore that? Those are cues from the body telling you what you need, and half the time we ignore it. I'm hungry. Those are simple cues, right? That we all tend to ignore because we're busy. But when you don't listen to those cues, what happens? You get dehydrated. You can get sick. You can feel tired. It just perpetuates and gets worse. And then it's hard to figure out, well, shoot, am I sick? Or am I just severely dehydrated and hungry and tired and just need to rest? Sometimes it's all in the same. But if you don't listen, if you keep pushing, you will get sick, because that's the body's way of saying, sit down.
Yeah. And that can turn into disease and lots of other things that manifest. Start with stress.
Dis-ease in the body leads to disease.
It is so true. Yeah. Even the stress thing that took me down with an ulcer back in the day. Yeah. And I knew it. My body was telling me a few things until it got to the point where it's like, I'm driving myself to the hospital now because I don't know what this is that I'm feeling. And that's what it was. It just turned down to
started from stress. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's amazing how the body will really shut us down when we don't heed the calls, heed the warnings. And I think the more, and then to take that to a more positive place, spend one day, 24 hours, start your day checking in. How do I feel? Take a look at your calendar. What is an absolute have to do and what isn't? What do you have the energy for? And just ask yourself that. And sometimes things change. And then pay attention to your body that same day. Do I need to drink water? Am I thirsty? Do I really need this extra cup of coffee? Am I already feeling jittery? Really clue in to your physical body and listen to its calls. When you have to go to the bathroom, stop what you're doing, go to the bathroom. Because each time we begin to listen to these little hits in our bodies and honor that, then it goes, she or he is listening to me. Okay, there's more. And that's when your body really begins to communicate with you. And I've gotten to the point where I've listened to my body so much that even with intuitive messages, taking it to a woo place, but as a practitioner, my body tells me what's going on, and I just have to listen, whether it's a tingle in the knee or a tingle in the tongue or a sensation like someone's touching me on my head. I think if we start with thirsty, halt, hungry, angry, lonely, tired, right? Like paying attention to where you are and what you need, it grows from there, and your body starts to trust that you're listening and will give you more information.
That's awesome to hear. We don't do it, or we don't think, but the body doesn't lie. It will tell you what it needs, and then it gets to the point where maybe it's too late. What are some of the other things we can do to protect our energy?
Yes. So one tool that I love to teach does feel a little woo. So if it's not for you, that's okay. You can simply just say, protect my energy. But for me, I like to lay down and just kind of close my eyes and breathe for a moment. And I envision a white light pouring down over me, clearing away anything that isn't serving me. And then I transition to envisioning purple smoke surrounding me and asking that energy to protect me. And then I transition into imagining roots growing from my feet into the ground to help me ground into the earth and into my body and get out of my head. And then I ask that my energy field be protected by a white light and only allowing loving, healing energy to penetrate through my shield. And that shield protects me. And through the day, when I feel like I'm feeling drained, or man, I just had this hard conversation with this person, I need to clear it out, I just say shield up, and then ask that shield come back up to protect myself.
So that whole process could take no more than a few minutes.
Just a few minutes. Yeah, just a few minutes. It's all about being aware. It's all about being conscious and intentional with ourselves and loving ourselves, setting boundaries. We tend to overgive. We tend to, especially parents, we tend to give so much to our children and to our spouses and to our loved ones, to work. But if you are not taking care of you, it falls all the way back to putting the mask over yourself. And if we're in an airplane, right? Like if you are not able to breathe, how are you really showing up for any of these people? Because you're not showing up for yourself. Switch that around. Show up for you. and notice how you shine in the world.
And for yourself.
And for yourself.
Yeah.
Because you are the only one that's going to have a relationship with you your entire life.
True. And nobody's going to love you more. Whether you got to get to that point. Nobody's going to take care of you better than you. Nobody's going to always be there for you. Everybody may fall away. Relationships end. Relationships begin. Jobs, everything. There's only one. You are taking care of you.
There's only one you.
Yeah.
And sometimes we lose ourselves in our journey. And so for me, I think Reiki is the number one best thing to help you reestablish your relationship with yourself. I think it's one of the best things to help you reestablish love and compassion for yourself. And I think it's one of the most amazing experiences to returning to the you that you know you are and can be.
Isn't it amazing once you figure this stuff out, Linzi? Like, it wasn't even a year ago where, and I'm always running, I'm always on the go. There are some days now I will be during the day looking forward to, this could be lame for some people. Mm-hmm. Judge if you want. I really don't care. Where I just want to go home, lay in bed.
Yeah.
And close my eyes. And in not more than 5 seconds, I get into a zone. I don't really deeply meditate. I'm not there. But I find that I'm connected with myself when I do that. And maybe it's me thinking that, just like you said, the body's saying, hey, you need to check in with me, man. Where you been? Yeah. You've been, working, hanging out with everybody else. You need to check in with me, i.e. yourself. And in those moments, I close my eyes and I'm taken away. Like, it's just the coolest, weirdest thing, but I feel centered.
It only takes a few minutes even. You could be running from meeting to meeting. You could be in your car. Place your hands on your heart for just a moment. Close your eyes. Feel your heart beating beneath your hands and just breathe. Take a deep breath and try to clear the rest of the noise out for just a minute. Feel your own heartbeat. Open your eyes. Move on with your day.
Yeah. It's so simple, but it's so amazing what it can do. Like, literally, beep, a reset button. And then after those deep breaths, you open your eyes and you're like, oh, wait, things aren't like I thought they were. Whatever happened here? It's like you came in from the storm for a moment. I know it's a little woo-woo. And if anybody's thinking, what are these two people talking about? Try it. That's what I say. Just try it.
Just try it.
That's it. It's kind of game-changing once you open your mind up to it and see what's going on. But it all comes back to one thing, energy. And that energy is harnessed and manipulated and infused with Reiki, which is what you specialize in. How do we find you?
You can find me on my website, www.plyhealing.com. There's a contact me section. Reach out to me there and I'll get back in touch with you.
I know that the Y stands for yoga, because that's a part of you as well, right? In the P.L.Y. Okay. And it's peace, love, yoga.
Mm-hmm.
I'm officially going to suggest it's now peace, love, you.
Peace, love, you. I like that.
I don't know why. It just feels like it should be.
Feels like it should be.
Yeah. Thank you so much for today.
Oh, sorry.
No, tell me. Go.
I was just going to say, my whole mission with all of this is to help people return to themselves, to help them fall in love with who they are. And getting to witness that and to facilitate that, it's beautiful. Until
we figure that out, until we're comfortable saying, I love you, looking in the mirror at yourself, you're not going to be fully living your life.
Or able to love others as fully.
It's a cliche.
We're limited to loving others as much as we love ourselves.
But it's true. It's true. Thank you for today. Have a wonderful weekend. Happy birthday again.
Thank you.
All right. We'll catch up soon. We'll be right back.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
Adopt US Kids presents Multiple Choice Parenting.
Your daughter just had her first breakup. Do you A, put yourself in her shoes?
How could he do this to you? And for Sheila, she has split ends.
B, console her?
Oh, sweetie, this is going to happen a lot. 4, maybe 5 more times before you get married.
C. Take charge.
Got to get this all straightened out. Give a little talking to, man to man, mano a mano. Hey, Steve! It's now a good time? No? Okay, no problem. Bye.
Or D. Help her find a new boyfriend.
I know a great place to meet boys. The internet. Nice, single boys. Never mind. How about some ice cream?
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
For more information on how you can adopt, visit adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.